Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another edition of TTR Podcast with your boy, Meech Black. Right next to me, we got our boy, Main Event RJ. Welcome, King. Today, we are going to be talking about this past Dynamite. And actually was impressed. See, like, there's a couple of things I didn't like, but overall, I was actually impressed with the show. I wasn't disappointed, except for, like, two segments.
And I wonder, does it have to do with our opening contest at all? Either of those, or the
BCC thing, you know.
Oh no, I meant the match. The match
match
after.
wise.
The first match of the card. You had any issues with that one? I mean, we'll talk about it when we get there, but
no, I wouldn't say have any issues, but it's like we'll talk about it. Right. I'm not gonna say I hated it, but I felt we could have done better.
Oh, big facts. All right, well, we'll just run down the card. I have it written down here. So, first of all, congratulations on 5 years of Dynamite, because it's crazy to think, right? Like, I only been watching like 2-ish years, but I saw stuff even now that said they weren't going to hit 3 years, then they hit 3 years, they weren't going to hit a 4th year, then their contracts went up in the air, and everybody's like, oh, This is it, that's where it goes. It was like they're here to stay for at least another 5 years, and I heard they got the bag. They got the bag for this. And we might be getting all those stuff on Max. Oh, I can't.
Hold on.
What?
You gotta tell the truth. We're getting it on Max, but there's an asterisk by it. We don't get the pay-per-views, though. I don't know.
That is true. Yeah.
It just kills me, but I'm not going to slander it yet, because for all we know, all we got to do is pay like an extra $10.
Facts.
And maybe we get all the pay-per-views. So I'm gonna chill out. I'm gonna chill out on that. But I'm glad that they got the HBO deal.
Yeah.
And Fox is still up in the air.
Yeah, I was wondering about that, because they confirmed Rampage is going, right? Like, it's just gone. Yeah.
I mean, they didn't put like they didn't put like an official thing out. I haven't seen anyway. Yeah. But the writing's on the wall, like Rampage is done.
Yeah, that's it, and that's interesting, because like I know I'm not a Rampage guy. I know you were in and out of Rampage. There were some moments on Rampage, like I went back to watch some, and they were really good, but I just couldn't find the energy to watch Rampage. And maybe it's because I also don't have the energy to watch SmackDown recently, because you were surprised when I said that too. So like maybe I just need that break on Fridays.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, no. So I mean, I'm sad to see it go. I actually heard rumors they might try to move it to either Tuesday or Thursday. Which is interesting.
So I'm gonna say this. So as much as I'm really falling in love with AEW, you can't go on Tuesdays. We're not ready for that type of heat yet. We're not ready for that type of fight, because we'll lose every time. Like, you just have to be real with yourself. Like, we'll lose every single time. Like NXT for the past I'm gonna say a month. NXT's been snapping.
It's been so
every week snapping. I'm glued to it every single week.
Yeah.
Now,
the only thing I saw for Tuesdays, like as a retort, was that they would pull from main roster a little more, so weekly, which could weaken the Raw and SmackDown ratings. But like, that's such a big if. I would just assume they would go to Thursdays.
Yeah, Thursdays are the best bets, because like, please don't crucify me, IWC, but who watches TNA?
Hey man, come on! God, I don't even want. I keep wanting to watch it, and I don't watch it. I just watch the pay-per-views when they come out. But
if TNA used to be like how it was back in the day, I'll be cool with it. The bullshit they got now, I don't know what the fuck that is.
I mean, to be fair, it was bullshit before. It was bad before. I actually didn't realize it when I was a kid. I rewatched it. It's dog. Do you even know the rules to a Monsters Ball match? They locked them in a coffin for 24 hours and then pushed them into the ring with no food or water. You can't tell me the writing on that was just no, bro. That was some TNA pushed the boundaries of let's just see what happens if we say something stupid or do something stupid. Don't get me wrong, TNA was still them, but like, bro, they were just doing shit.
RJ, you gonna have me walk off the pod already? We're not gonna get there, because we didn't even get into a match yet.
Oh my god!
We didn't get into a match yet.
I'm going to the card.
Please.
No, we're not talking TNA. We're gonna talk AEW Dynamite's 5th anniversary. And this started off with a good old promo from our boys over at the our boys and one very tough looking girl in the BCC as they talked to Bryan Danielson. And honestly,
talk to him.
It was a good promo. Bro literally said he was going to kill Bryan Danielson in his hometown and send him home to be buried in his backyard. Damn. Like, not even just AEW, wrestling in general can sometimes get very predictable. Like, you'll be like, oh, that match got announced. You go, I know who's going to win that. Consistently, though, AEW's been pretty good at balancing that act of, like where I'm like, oh, that person's definitely going to win. But what if, right? And that's usually how the pay-per-views have been for me. This one is so interesting because it's Danielson's retirement tour, so he's just fighting whoever he wants to fight. That would be fun for him because he was doing that last year already.
Sidebar.
What?
I
what now? God. Let Bryan Danielson live.
No, I really hate this so much though.
Because you want that on Swerve. That's what you want.
It's like, it don't even have to be Swerve. Like,
right.
It doesn't have to be Swerve, but like, I just hate that because he's retiring, we have to give him the belt, and then when we give him the belt, he fights whoever. Like, but we're not building no type of story, no nothing. We're literally just fighting whoever. What's the dude's name that he fought last week? I can't remember his name for the life of me. And he's from Japan. And he's bald and everyone loves him. I cannot think of this man for the life of me.
Did I just blank? Who did Danielson fight last week? Oh my. Wait, no. You know what? It doesn't matter. Regardless, this is retirement tour. Leave him alone. No. But what I find so interesting about it is that, like, I could see this being like the last one where he loses to Mox, and that's where he goes out. But the fact that it's so early was just interesting to me because in my head it's like, oh, you don't want Danielson losing his belt right now. You want him to have that full-time schedule, and then, like, maybe towards All In, that's when you transition into him going into part-time or whatever. I don't know what his deal is, but
All In next year?
Yeah, that's what at least that's what I'm guessing. That's what I would guess, but I mean,
year of this?
Yes,
ouch your damn mind, bro.
Sting went a whole year, dog. I don't know how long it's gonna be. I'm not there, but
You only talked about the first card. You're like, bro, I cannot walk off. But a whole year of this is crazy.
You might get a whole year of it. Hey, chat, look at me dead into my pink lenses. I'm down for it. He's not. He's the only one with an issue with this, but it might be that way. I'm down to see Danielson run this card. I love it with this title so far. I have enjoyed it. Main event.
I'm not even going to start and get my blood pressure going because we only talk about the first card. But I'm gonna let you live. You want this man to have this belt for a year? I don't see why.
Hey, I didn't say I want. I said I can see it. I would love for this belt to go back to Swerve and Hangman, or hell, even some people have been impressing me. I like to see Will Ospreay get in this fight, but the problem is I don't think Will Ospreay.
We're not going to talk about MJF. Like, okay,
he's doing a movie. He's fine. He won't be worried about that until he gets back. Once he gets back, I'll worry about MJF. But yeah, no, I don't see the belt moving for a year. I feel because Bryan Danielson loves putting over new people. Before this belt, it was just, you new guy, I want you to beat me in a good match, and that was all we got. I feel like All In is either Will Ospreay again, which they do Will Danielson too. That would be his retirement match. It depends on what he wants. Darby, which I would be against. I like what they're doing with Darby. I have that on the list somewhere on here. Or
like what they're doing to Darby.
I like Darby. What, we don't like Darby?
I'm out of here. Oh no, I thought you said but what they're doing to him is complete bullshit.
Oh yeah, that's facts. But I like what we'll get there. You know what? Let's talk about the first match then, because we gotta keep going on these side tangents. Yeah. This video's gonna be an hour long on on one show. So, match one was Ricochet Will Ospreay for the international title. I thought it was a good match. I enjoyed my time in it, but apparently the internet doesn't like this match. And you know what? I am understanding that not all types of wrestling goes for everybody. I have some wrestling match types that I don't like. Everybody's subject to their opinion. But the people that really don't like this match want you to know that they don't like this match. And I'm just going to say it. I'm tired of reading it. So I just don't care. Whenever I see this isn't wrestling, I immediately just ignore the post because you clearly are just saying what everybody else is saying. But I know exactly, and I know these are basically two of your favorite guys going for a belt. How did you feel about the match?
So, I love the flippy shit before I go into what I'm about to say.
Big flips.
However, I really feel like we fumbled the storyline completely.
Ooh, fair. Because I saw this a lot, actually.
I feel like we could have built this into something so great. Like, and we could have built a story over their past. and like we could have did some. We just did it too quick for my liking.
Right.
We should have done a little bit more promo, a little back and forth. Maybe have Will win another. I'm not Will. Rico win another match. Will come out and say something like, "Hey, if you want this, fine. You gotta beat this." But like, build something too. I just feel like all we did was just put them together, did like 2 or 3 promos, and that was it. Like the first promo we have Rico come out here and say, "You talking shit, bruv? You talking shit?" Like that's all we got.
You chatting shit? Yeah.
Like that's all we got. We got nothing else. And then after that, we get a sit down between the both of them with nothing to go off of it.
Yeah,
we're going based off things that they done years ago, which is great. But we have people who don't even know what they did years ago,
right? Yeah.
Who are just casuals. So I feel like they should have built a new story.
Yeah, and that's a criticism that gets hauled at AEW a lot because they do go off of past history, which is a lot. Like it is fair because I actually really like that because I think WWE started to adapt that a little more. Where they're more willing to remember what happened 2 years ago and actually talk about it. It is weird. I think because I've heard this about I can't remember who it was last time when they debuted. They're like, oh, they're already doing this feud, and I was like, yeah. What AEW really likes to do, they love the sequel and the trilogy and then the best of fives and then the best of set. They love that shit so much. So
when it's done with the right people,
yeah, and that's another thing because that is fair. They could easily fumble these series because if that Will Ospreay Ricochet match is bad, then you're not getting your sequel. At least you're not getting it as fast as you'd like it to be. So it is a genuine thought. I didn't mind it because it was a big show. It's their big anniversary show. So like getting a big match like that is pretty good, but I can see why it's like, yeah, that was really fast to get there. But really I gotta know how you feel about the ending. Cause I know we're both pretty big on Takeshita right now.
Yeah.
I think this is a filler feud to get into the C2. Cause I still think the C2 thing is what's going on. How did you feel about this? Cause I'll talk about it after. How did you feel about this ending? Cause the match goes on. They're doing all their flippy shit. They're having a lot of fun. They're doing backflips. A double pinfall happens.
Am I gonna be? Can I be honest?
Yeah. I was just saying the double pinfall happens. They restart the match. Yeah, the match restarts. Kanosuke Takeshita comes out. DQ finish. He holds the belt up, and now we're going to a triple threat on Wrestle Dream, which is cool. But how did you feel on the finish? Because the finish was
I hated it.
Really hot. I'm so in between, but I'm willing to hear it. Yeah.
I'm not even mad that Takeshita even I said his name right? I don't want to.
Yeah, Takeshita.
Okay. I don't feel like he did anything wrong. I'm not even mad at that part. Honestly, I'm really not. I really hate we had to do it like that though. Like I hate the double pin. Like the ref. I just hate the double pin stuff. Like honestly, I really do. I'm not a fan of it. Like it's so dumb. It's just so dumb. Like just don't count them.
Yeah.
Like it's just the common sense type of thing. Like it just makes no sense to me. Like I feel like if anything, I'd rather take in the DQ over the double pin. Cause fuck the overtime. Cause if you're gonna come out at the end and fuck we got DQ and you can make the triple threat match from there, and I've been cool with that. See, I would have been.
I think what they wanted to do, and this is what I like. I actually like the finish. I'm not sure about the double pinfall. That was kind of weird. I actually missed it when it first happened. I had to look back up, and they did a replay, and I had missed it. I was like, that's so weird. Okay. So I think they wanted the, guys, we have the big match. And everyone's like, yeah. And they get the double pinfall. They're like, boo, double pin, that sucks. And they're like, it's back on. They're like, yeah. And then Takeshita takes it. So the heat was really good. That crowd was great. I loved that crowd for this because it was easy to look at, like, especially on the internet, to go, that finish sucked because of the setup, which is a fair setup, right? I agree partially with what you said. But that crowd was so good at not going, boo, this finish sucks. It went, boo, Takeshita, you took this from us. Which, on the internet, they didn't get that as fast, right? Or not as fast, but, like, they didn't like that as much. But I liked it because of the crowd. Without the internet telling me, like, yeah, it was bad because of that, I'm like, yeah, but that crowd was so good. That's like, oh, it was, when he's holding the belt up and they're chanting asshole, I'm like, oh, but it worked in-house so well. So I personally like it for that, but I get why people were like, nah, I didn't like this. I was like, oh, but it was so good, but I get it. Yeah.
Go ahead on to what we got next.
Next. But yeah, I'm excited for the triple threat though. I think that Wrestle Dream is weird because there's a match.
That's next week, right?
I think it's next week, or it's in. It's either in 2 weeks or it's next week. I can't fully remember.
Because
we'll have to talk about Wrestle Dream.
Yeah, we. Yeah,
we're gonna talk about Wrestle Dream because I gotta see it. Yeah. So next up, this was a more of a little segment. Mercedes Moné's on screen. She's she's doing everything, and MVP walks up and hands her a card. So going off of what we were talking about last week, I don't know if I want her there. Not because it wouldn't be a good idea. Don't get me wrong. Mercedes Moné is money regardless, right? She puts on good matches. Her promo work is, depends on who you are.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, they're not bad, but they're not. They're nothing that blows me away.
At least you're not gonna say she's terrible.
Oh no, like, people that say that are wrong. They're
she's
wrong.
Not terrible. Like I know, like there's better promo people, promo folks, but like she ain't that bad.
Yeah, no, she's not that bad at all. But yeah, MVP offers her his business card, which could mean Hurt Syndicate, could be just a client in general. I know like Stokely Hathaway does that, where he'll have multiple clients, not related, but like in general. So that was interesting because I know we talked about who we would put on the Hurt Syndicate. We gave our things about that. I wouldn't be mad at Mercedes, but also I think that's just a red herring. I personally think that's just them trying to like mix up the pox. I don't see them doing this thing with Mercedes where they're like, oh, we gave her own bodyguard and everything just to put her in a faction. Especially if you're gonna have some people coming through. We had a big return on this show. We're probably gonna get another big return later at possibly Wrestle Dream. We can talk about that. But how would you feel if they did add Mercedes instead of? I know you brought up Willow, I brought up Athena, but we were wishful thinking with that. So I just wanted to get your feelings on that.
I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
Honestly, God, I'm not mad, but I feel like Willow or Athena would benefited more from doing something like this because Mercedes already got it all.
Yeah.
She got the chip. I said the chip. She got the strap. She got the name. She got the look. Yeah. She gets the hate in the crowd. She gets the love in the crowd. Like she got it all. Like she don't. Yeah. I feel like MVP is a big enough name for like the likes of Willow or Athena to like be a part of it.
To ascend. I feel like it would push them a little higher, up one more tier that they might not necessarily need, but would like just get them up there.
And then with MVP, like he has the look, and he's a veteran to be able to help them to get to like main events and whatnot. Like that's me anyway. I'm not saying that they're terrible, but I feel like it will definitely benefit them. In the long run.
I just think it'd be not safer, but it would also, because it doesn't just give you a new name into this faction or whatever. You get another new name for the women's division, because like Willow was I still like that. I still think that one's like the best one. She's a big name, but you could give her another another tier, because you got the names like Mercedes Moné, and then you got Mariah May, Toni Storm. You've got these names where you could easily just throw Willow in there and nobody would be mad about it. But you could also just give her just a slight push if you put her somewhere in this Hurt Syndicate, because she's got big names around her. That'd be Willow. Rumors are Bobby and Shelton and whoever else they get. It's like those are big names. It's pretty good. You can also you're helping build a new faction and a new women's star instead of kind of muddying the waters with an already pretty established women's star. So I mean, I don't know. That it sounds.
I'm definitely not mad at it.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we could have definitely went a different route, but again, I'm not mad at it. I think though, AEW needs to pick up Athena because ROH is about to. Word on the street, ROH is about to get up on out of there.
Really? Dude, that's sad. Like
that's why I see
AEW. You see it on what, Twitter?
Yeah. But I've seen it from multiple people on there though.
Fair enough.
So there really might be some rumblings. It might not be now, but
yeah, it could.
I think so though. It's either we get ROH on TV or we do something with it, because like you have people coming again. I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna say it once every episode we do this. Like we get people come from ROH with all these belts, but you got no one defend these belts on TV, so we know who they are. So we can be like, oh, Tom, Dick, and Harry is so tough on ROH. Let me go watch that. But like, no one's gonna sit there and watch on YouTube.
Yeah, Shelton Benjamin made his debut tonight.
I know, I loved it.
And it was so good. He's the head of the complaint department. He didn't have to do anything flashy. Took a sip of Nana's coffee, didn't bury Nana's coffee, said it was good, and they kept it pushing. perfect. Mwah. I already like what they're doing at the Hurt Syndicate.
Yep,
I love everything about it. It's right. It feels right.
I had no issues with it. He was simple. He said a couple things, kept it pushing, got the look, everything. I loved it. I honestly have none to complain about. I wonder though. Sidebar: what Prince Nana is going to fight?
They did hint at that. They did hint at that.
They did.
I don't know if that's going anywhere. I think that was just a one-off. Could be wrong. They could do it, but I think that was just a one-off. But I think we'll see. That was interesting to bring up. I also don't know how much MVP is wrestling anymore. I know he did some indie stuff.
Yeah, I must say he won with Kane, but like maybe he could do like a 2-minute match. There's nothing wrong with that. Or maybe you start a match and then get like someone to DQ it because like, oh, I'm about to mess you up. You know, something crazy, some short like that. I think he could do.
Yeah, because I mean. Yeah, I don't know. It all depends. I think that was a little bit of just a little bit of a mislead. But yeah, so we've got Shelton, we've got MVP.
Big Bobby.
We're missing 2 people, and it's very, very clear that they want Lashley. And I've heard many rumor. Oh, they confirmed that he signed it?
Yeah, he signed it.
Oh, perfect. Well, there we go. We got Bobby. Now the real question is, does he make an appearance on Dynamite? Or, because I wanted to bring up the Darby Allin section, he had a phenomenal promo where he talked about how losing to Moxley really genuinely hurt him as a person, how it felt like getting spit on, and then when he stood up for himself, getting stabbed, which is like, damn.
RJ, I'm not gonna let you defend an idiot, bro. I'm not gonna defend an idiot.
He is an idiot for what he did, but I like the promo. I like the attention. I like the not the direction, because the direction would lead with that. I like that he didn't lose and then just go away. They have clear plans and ideas for him. I don't like that he lost his title opportunity. I just kind of wish he just never had it. And they just decided to do this instead. Where he's like, they're in my hometown and I'm not on the card and I want to do something. So Darby ends up doing an open challenge. Do we get Bobby at this open challenge? Because my thing is, you gave Darby this promo because you're like, okay, we screwed him over on this title shot. We wanted to get some attention, some whatever. So we're giving him, not only on the pay-per-view, we're giving him this promo.
RJ, I know you're not about to suggest that our man Bobby Lashley loses to Darby Allin, bro.
Well, that's my problem. Because Bobby can't lose. He can't come in and lose. That's literally...
Bro.
You would fumble him harder than WWE fumbled him if you have Bobby debut with this really cool new faction and lose first match in an open challenge, because the babyface in the ring has no idea who you are. So he couldn't prep for you, but you can prep for him. So I'm saying, do you just bring Bobby in on Dynamite, or do you have him face Darby Allin and just squash his shit? Because I would actually like to see the match, because that's a good match. I love watching Darby matches. Darby with big guys, funniest to watch, because he just gets slapped around for like 30 minutes and then loses. But then, do you do that and you kind of ruin Darby's momentum at that point, because you had him take 2 stupid losses? But you also aren't going to ruin Bobby by having him lose his first match. So I would prefer to just come in at Dynamite.
RJ, you got to listen to yourself right now, bro. You just got to listen. There's no way you could tell me and look me in my face right now. Deep feel with every bone in your body, we're about to really waste a Bobby return on Darby Allin, bro.
No, I think you're going to waste Darby Allin's momentum for a Bobby return. I don't think Darby pins Bobby at all. I don't think there's a universe where that match even goes longer than 10 minutes. I think Bobby comes in, because it would be a surprise, because nobody expects him to be there. An open challenge, Bobby comes out, squashes Darby, and then maybe debuts the rest of the Hurt Syndicate. I don't know. The problem is, who do you want? He's already set up for Swerve, but Swerve isn't on TV right now. So when do you? So you're not.
You're missing a point, though. We cannot reward idiocy, though.
You can't. Because the thing is, it's not Darby's idiocy, regardless. Darby didn't make the plan. He's not in creative. Creative gave him a title shot that said, "Wait, never mind. You can't have it." Dog, you're giving the character too much credit. He's just a guy that does what the script says.
RJ, we're talking. I don't give a damn about the script.
I do, because they're actors on a screen. Darby didn't say, I want to win a title shot to lose it on a Dynamite. No, they said you're gonna win a title shot. They went, ooh, buddy, problem here. That's not Darby's fault.
RJ, why are we agreeing to that? RJ, Why are we
He
agreeing
likes
to
AEW.
that's like,
He likes his job. I mean,
yeah, Pod. I'm gonna just cut it short for today because this is just absolutely ridiculous, man. This man, Artie, you try to preach to me that what Darby Allin did is building momentum. How if he okay? And I'm gonna answer your original question because you're gonna have me start cussing, and I've been doing really good today. To answer your original question, who would I have Darby Allin face for this momentum?
The question is more: do you debut Bobby on Dynamite or Wrestle Dream? But yeah, that's also part of it. I also wanted to say who then answers this open challenge since he's doing one.
Okay, so I don't want Bobby. If I had it my way, Bobby's is not doing this nonsense with Darby Allin. I refuse. And that's really a good one,
bro's going through the entire roster. Like, who the hell's even on this roster?
No, I'm trying to think what you want to debut Bobby because it can be Collision.
That's a Dynamite thing. I like Collision, but you do not do big debuts on Dynamite. That's not or on Collision. That's a bad idea. Dynamite is the show.
So I'm gonna say this: we do the debut after Wrestle Dream. We let Wrestle Dream happen, and then we do like a little vignette, little video, whatever, tease. May have Bobby MVP in the video, and you have like a shab, like, oh, we're gonna see you next week Wednesday, some nonsense like that.
I think I just figured it out. Continue, but I think I just figured it out.
I do think though, who Darby Allin could face in an open challenge, Okada.
Fair. I mean that'd be fun to watch. I think that'd be good to watch. But I think I just figured it out because the Wrestle Dream is in Seattle, Washington, which is Darby's home state. You know who else's home state it is?
Who else's home state?
Swerve Strickland. So Swerve Strickland answers the open challenge. They have a match. You know who comes out because you know who's been hinted at fighting with Swerve Strickland? Bobby Lashley. Boom. Right there. I just booked it. Not only did I book it, I'm pretty sure I just predicted it. Because that's just the easiest thing. It's like Swerve's not on the card. He's not in the world title picture, so he's not going to be in the other thing.
Clip it. We're going to clip it because
I think I just figured it out. They go
put it out for the internet.
Yeah, Darby comes out, open challenge. Who's going to challenge me? Swerve. House plays, and he goes, this is my state. Swerve takes out Darby. He wins. Boom. Bobby Lashley's music comes out. Or even MVP comes out and announces. And then Bobby, you get that face-to-face. Wednesday, you get the real interaction. That I would be not only shocked if that doesn't happen. I have nothing interesting to wager. I will never not wear this pink hoodie again on the show.
No, 3 full spoons of mayo.
Nah, I'm not doing that. I refuse. I may be confident, but that's disgusting. I don't do condiments. We're not talking about it, but the learning tree is ass and get off my screen.
Yep, we're not doing that one.
Britt Baker had a match with Serena Deeb, which was
actually was good.
It wasn't that bad. I'll be nice to the dentist.
I'm not gonna draw today. She did her thing. She definitely did her thing.
She exists. She was there. She didn't do bad. It didn't look that bad. Is it an interesting choice to have Mariah May in the crowd? I guess because they're doing this rebuild of the women's division because then Queen Aminata came out, which, by the way, Queen Aminata is so fucking good. If you don't watch any of her matches, she's so good.
Nah,
it pains me that she's been in ROH for the past few months because you could have easily had her in that lower mid-card women's division doing stuff. Yep. But I mean, she's here now. It kind of sucks because everybody kind of feels like a tier lower because they spend so much time with Mariah May and Toni Storm. But if this is where we get the ball rolling, I mean, it's a good start.
Do you think that's what that killed the women's division, though? Them doing that?
I wouldn't say killed it, but it is way farther behind than like the men's main event division, where even though like Danielson is going up against what I would call the final boss of like the Indies AEW's type thing, which would be Moxley, you could still give him like 6 opponents that make sense. It's just that, like, with the last title defense for Mariah, where it was Yuka, where it's like, I guess we'll do that match. Nobody has, like, a set, like, I'm going for the women's world title. It's like, yeah, because it's just like, oh, they've kind of just been doing nothing. So I think this is a good start, though, because we have seen a lot of faces. We got Britt Baker now, apparently. Serena Deeb is kind of there. She was there with Toni Storm before. We had Willow last week. I'm excited about that. I love Willow. Yep. We've got Queen Aminata this week. So it's like, it's a good start, but everybody just feels like they're a step behind, and it's going to take a few more steps before we're all kind of like all the ducks in a row. Like, you're a good competitor, you're a good competitor, you're a good competitor. Like, ratings and like, you know, being on TV wise more than
Why
anything.
we don't use, and like I don't know if I said this on the pod, but I always thought like, why don't we use like Thunder Rosa and Deanna? Like,
Mm,
I don't get, like, they put on these good ass matches, and then like I don't see them for months.
yeah.
Then they come back for another banger, and then they're gone again. It's like, I don't get it.
Apparently Deanna's doing some weird like faction, all female faction, because she keeps like recruiting women who are losing on Rampage. That's a Rampage thing. I don't know what's going on. Cause I think she talked to Tyra Valkyrie, and I think she talked to somebody else. So I mean, that's probably what she's doing. But yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised if Thunder Rosa doesn't come out this Wednesday to do something, like whether it be a rescue or a match. Like, I feel like they're gonna be like her, and then probably depending on how far along the Deanna Purrazzo faction is, maybe they'll do like debut that, like have them have a match or something. I don't know. But yeah, it's a good start. I like I said, I feel like they're just one step behind, but they'll get there eventually, and then we'll feel like they're on even playing grounds. I like that Tony's actually in Japan right now, because I would like them to get them on that better footing before she comes back. So I think before Tony comes back, like I would like everybody kind of like on a more set footing on where they stand on TV before Tony comes back, because you know when Tony comes back, she's going straight for Mariah. Whenever she decides to do that.
Do I think Tony's going for? I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe she'll let that one go. Maybe she'll let it go about her business, about doing something else. But I really think we need to start picking up some of this Mariah Ray title reign. We need to start like getting her to do something. I'm tired of doing these little like skits or whatever, and like it just leads to nothing.
Yeah, because this is probably like, it was one of my favorite feuds of the year. I'd probably put it in my personal top 5 for top 5 feuds of the year. And the aftermath has been so slow. Like, they kind of just start. And I thought it was Mina, because I thought that's what they were waiting for. But then she came back and then left again. So I think again, that's why I think they're starting to do this, where they're showing more of their higher profile women on TV to get them more TV time, to like show them off a little more, so they can start putting that, you know, that work in a little more. But they should have been doing this, like having Queen Aminata interact with like the Britt Baker and Mercedes stuff, or not Mercedes in this match, but you know, like getting involved while the Mariah May Toni Storm stuff was going on. Even if it was not on All In, All Out, even if it was just on TV, they should have been done this. But better late than never, I guess. I mean, because they could just keep her in ROH, right? So I mean, it's like,
I didn't get it though. Like, I don't know why we have like all these women wrestlers. Like, we're not like putting them in like backstage segments, like just to, like, you know, feed the fishes just a little bit, just to be like, oh, I'm still here. Like, don't worry. Like, we didn't do none of that. We just had Mariah May and Toni Storm. Like, that was it.
Yeah.
And then hold on, and they have Mercedes and Stephanie. Oh, they fumbled Stephanie, man. I'm so upset.
Well, I mean, is it fumbled if Triple H just gave them more money? Like, I guess it's kind of, because you also could have matched that money, but when Triple H saw that, I know he was. He grabbed a rack and just threw it. He was like, just threw it. Give me her.
Take my money. Is what he said. Take my money.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of people getting recognition after the, you know, not being on TV, Private Party got some new music. Not only that, they got some new ring gear. Now that doesn't ring alarm bells for a lot of people. That usually means a push is coming, because they had a squash
more serious
match.
Now.
They're more serious now. Yeah. But like, they're serious, but not like they've given up their goofiness or like their personality. They're just like, hey, listen, we've been here the entire time. We want a tag title shot. And
they got it. I hate the match that they're in. Like, Big T's definitely dicking them.
Oh, the triple threat, the 6-man tag.
Yeah.
Oh, they already did that, and they won. So
no. They have another one next week, if I'm not mistaken.
They had another 6.
Unless it's for at Wrestle Dream, and it's for the number one contender for the tag titles.
Yeah, because I know they won the 6-man tag with Shibata versus the Elite, and apparently they did
up real quick.
Yeah, they did the same finish they did on the very second episode of Dynamite. So they're giving them like callbacks and stuff, which usually means good things. I wouldn't expect them to win, because they might have a tag match at Wrestle Dream. If they do, perfect. We've been complaining about that the past few weeks. That's exactly what I want, is just a different tag team going for the tag titles. I don't know if they'll win. I would love for them to. I don't think they do. I think the Young Bucks would retain on some bullshit. But I don't think they're
I hope they don't.
I don't think they'd let them go though. It would be like Private Party keeps bugging them afterwards. I think that's the story they'd build again. Dude, I don't mean to bring it back to Kenny Omega. I know I'm delusional, but he recently said he wants to fight the Young Bucks in Tokyo with Tanahashi. I don't think that needs the AEW tag titles. I'm not the business guy though. I don't know if they want
that bullshit in the air, bro. Do not speak nonsense.
I'm not speaking in the air. That's what Kenny said. He went on. He's doing some weird like tour in Japan. That's what he said. Yeah. Don't look at me because they have a big pay-per-view in January in Tokyo. I would prefer them not to have the tag titles going into that match. I would prefer that to be completely unrelated. That is those tag teams fighting and then a different tag team with the tag titles. But I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I don't know if TK is like, I want my tag titles on that show. You never know with this industry.
So I'm gonna tell you from now, if I'm not gonna use no slanders. If this man Kenny comes back and gets a tag title, I promise you. Next spot, I'm gonna slander him.
See, I don't think it's for the tag titles. I think it would just be a tag team match. Oh, I don't want it to be for the tag. I wouldn't book it for the tag title. I would just book it as a story thing, tag team match. But I don't know if that's what they want. Like I said, it is an AEW official pay-per-view in Japan. I think it might actually be Wrestle Dream because I think they want to do that one in Japan and they're going to start doing them in Japan in the Tokyo Dome. I would prefer them to not do the tag titles there. Or if they want to do the New Japan titles over there, which isn't really fair because New Japan is their own thing and it's kind of, I know they've been talking about the IWGP World title being like a toy for AEW, so I can understand they didn't want to do that. But yeah, if I was booking that show, or if I was booking all this, I would have the Young Bucks drop the AEW titles either at Wrestle Dream to Private Party or the next pay-per-view after the Private Party, whatever, and then let the Young Bucks beef it out with Kenny on Twitter or whatever, and then build the match that way. And then let the tag titles on AEW go away from that because I wouldn't put that anywhere near it. But I just don't see them, or I don't see Private Party winning this time, but I do see them doing it next time. And if we get to Wrestle Dream, and that match ends, and then Private Party isn't on my screen, fumbled. Completely fumbled. But I would hope they wouldn't do that. I would. Yeah. TK, listen to me. Don't do that shit. Don't do that shit. But yeah, no, I don't. I was so excited for Private Party. I'm just excited for the match. I know you've been wanting Private Party and Top Flight have been your two teams.
I'm telling you, it took fucking forever, but man, out there in time. Top Flight gotta be next though. But this is where MVP comes in to help some.
Ooh,
that's why I'm throwing that out there.
I would be down for that. Like, let's say Private Party loses this one. MVP gets Top Flight a title shot. Top Flight takes it that time, and then Private Party Top Flight beef all the way up into whatever pay-per-view comes up after that. I'm down with that. That sounds like a better tag scene than the Young Bucks being annoying still. I would prefer that.
Well, but like we got so many teams, we could make like such a huge story with like at least like 3 teams.
Oh, facts.
And put them in the storyline. But like we just don't do. I don't get it. It just blows me. And now we got to do the Young Bucks all day long.
Yeah, I think what this is the same thing as the women's division where they're trying to establish some tag teams, but this one is only one tag team versus a few different women in the other ones. But hey, baby steps, because tag division in all of wrestling sucks right now. So I'll take the baby steps. I love tag wrestling.
Kills me.
Didn't have this on the list. I'll transition to it quick because I know you weren't interested in this match anyways. Hangman and Juice Robinson had a cool match. They had a scrap. I don't even care about the match. I like the match.
Don't make me roll my eyes any harder than
No, you can keep rolling your eyes. I'm gonna talk about Jay White for a minute. That pop for Jay White, my boy is back. I can't wait. I told you that I'm getting my Jay White Hangman match, and I love it already. I saw the promos from Jay White after the match. I was so excited. I'm like, you know what? I'm here for it. I'm
cool with Jay White though. I'm not even mad about that. I just hate the match. Back. I honestly hate the match. Didn't do nothing. It's maybe because I already have a bias towards Juice Robinson. I can't stand him. I can't
like
stand
Juice. Juice is so much fun. He's so fun.
Imagine pisses on people. I'm done. Next topic, please.
Dude, you don't like the fire hydrant spots, dude? Come on.
Oh no, this is me off every time I see this man on his all fours crawling over to him and lifts his leg, bro. I get pissed instantly every time.
Fair enough.
Next topic
is actually our last one. It's Bryan Danielson versus Okada for the AEW World Championship, and for the first 20 minutes, I'm gonna say it again because people are really getting like they didn't really understand it. They had to read it multiple times. For the first 20 minutes was the Continental Championship. So it was title for title, but for 20 minutes. And then after that, it was just the world title. Now that we've established that, what a dumb stipulation.
Yep.
It was weird. I wouldn't even say it's dumb, but it was so weird where it's like, I get the 20 minutes. He only does 20-minute matches with the belts. Whatever. Who cares? I just wouldn't have done title for title. I just would have been like, Okada, you want my world title? Well, we're
number one title shot.
We're 1-1. This is going to be the tiebreaker. That's really all you needed. Easy. But the people that acted like they didn't know how to read for the first 20, because you called me and you talked about it, but you would say Danielson's title was on the line for 20 minutes. And I was like, that doesn't make sense. So when I found out it was a Continental one, I was like, oh, okay, that makes more sense. But
stupid as hell.
It was stupid as hell. Don't get me wrong. But I was like, y'all really struggling to understand how this works? Because don't get me wrong, stupid. But what are we talking about? Is it like y'all can't read?
I never got the outrage. Like I was more upset why we're doing this match, but like people were not comprehending. Like bro, like it's common sense. 20 minutes, title for title. After the 20 minutes, it's
21 minutes, world title, world title.
I'm just not understanding.
I don't know. I guess
if Okada won, he got both titles.
Yeah, because regardless, if Danielson won at 19 minutes, both titles. If Danielson won at 21 minutes, one title. Like that, I didn't think we needed a display. I didn't think we needed to like graph this out, but apparently Twitter needed it, and I was just shocked. But yeah, I mean, it was the match. I expected that match to be the kind of what it was, which was just a really good Danielson Okada match. It was never going to match they did last year at Wrestle Dream. It wasn't going to match they did at Wrestle Kingdom. Those were pay-per-view level things. So I was just like, yeah, this is a fun match. At the end, you had the BCC come out. They kind of screwed Okada, which was weird because Moxley kind of made it a thing to be okay with the Young Bucks when he came back. So it was kind of weird that Okada seemed to get really mad, like almost setting up Elite versus BCC, even though they're both heels. That wouldn't make any sense. Why weird. Not? I mean, they're both.
You gotta have someone turn. You got someone turn.
Yeah, but who? Because you're not gonna get the Young Bucks on the BCC. You're not gonna get
the Young Bucks a turn
on Okada, or
no turn face.
Yeah. After all they've done,
yeah, turn
evil.
Face.
Yeah, probably. Honestly,
evil.
Yeah, they've got like 4 really cool looking bad guys now that they just randomly added to the thing. Honestly, until Kenny's back, I'm alright with not seeing the Elite for a while because I mean they just hold belts.
I'm cool with them too.
They just hold belts. That's really what it feels like. But yeah, you had the BCC come out, distract Okada, and then stare at Danielson. They all kind of swarmed him for a minute. I think Mox came out, right? Mox came out to yell at him, and then Yuta came out. Oh, Yuta! That's what I wanted to say earlier. That's who I thought also Danielson might put over at All Out next year, or All In next year. Could be Yuta. I don't know. Could be like just knowing Danielson. I think he'd love to do that for Yuta. Yeah, then Yuta comes out and they scare out the BCC, and that's the segment that made me scared about this, where it's like you don't want your really cool looking heel faction getting pinned this early, but also you clearly want to keep Danielson full time a little longer. So that's why I was talking about earlier, where I'm like, I don't know where that world title match goes, but yeah, I don't know. It is an interesting thing with they've got with the I'm
gonna say this. Club. I'm ready for Danielson to get the fuck up on out of there before we go any farther. Now that we got that out the way, I don't know what the fuck we're about to be doing with this. Let's see, because like Moxie's acting real weird, and I'm gonna throw this out there because someone said, "What if this is linked to bring in Shane McMahon?" Because
I did see that.
Moxie said it's bigger than me. How's it bigger than you, my boy?
Yeah.
Like. So, like, I can see the Shane McMahon thing. I won't be mad about it, but y'all need to speed this up because, like, Moxie coming out here, like, just beating people the fuck up with his body, with this bad bitch that he got with him, because she whooping people's asses, too. We need to, you know, get this moving because we need to turn the fire on because, like, we got the crowd into it. Like, everyone's loving it. We just got to see what y'all about to do. Yeah. They got to stop picking on Brian, though.
Well, he's got the title that they want. They want that world title, so they're gonna keep picking on him.
So I'm gonna say this again. Yeah, guys, stop picking on Brian because no one's trying to see that story. Mox, like I know you don't want to see this.
Who doesn't want to see Mox versus Brian? That's crazy, dude. One hand out of 10.5 billion people.
I promise you, I can put this on Twitter right now, and people be like, "Nah, we ain't trying to see that, my boy."
I challenge you. I want you to do that when this pod's over. When we're done here, I want you to post about that. I want you to see. I want you to to gauge the Twitter to see who doesn't want to see Mox versus Danielson, because that's a fire match.
I'm not gonna do it tonight because we're not gonna get nothing because of bad blood.
Oh, facts. Wait till Wednesday.
Yep. I'll wait.
Yeah.
But I'm not. No, I don't want to see that match. Mox, I need him to beef with. I can't even say that because I'm really mad that he took Darby Allin's title shot. Like, I'm not gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it a bean. Like, that just really blows my mind.
Yeah.
Now he has a title shot for no reason, for doing absolutely nothing. We got Darby willing to put people on fire. Yeah, he gets a title shot match. He wins, and y'all take it away from him. Like, bro, I just have no words for y'all. Like,
Yeah.
I'm completely baffled.
I'm befuddled. How did we get here?
Like, I just don't get it. But like, we gotta be here. Like, it's so hard for me to say, bro, because like, I get what you're saying. We don't want Brian to lose because like we want to keep full time. A year is still crazy to me. That the fact that you said at the top of this pod and no one's made walk off. A year is absolutely insane.
You're gonna say that now. Wait till All In 2025. That's the main event. I'm calling it. Call my shot like baby.
Man, I don't even crash out. I promise I'll crash out on the internet because no way I want to see that. if I can, bro. You got me so razzled now. I can't get my words out because that shit really pisses me off. That you really gonna tell people go see this man for a whole year. Like, I just don't want to see that.
You can also make the excuse maybe at World's End, because it's literally like, because they did that with MJF where his title reign ended at World's End, and then they did
World End is like what, 2 pay-per-views after Wrestle Dream, or the next one after?
It's in December. It's like they did it on the 31st of December last year because of how it lined up. So I think they're always gonna keep it like the last weekend of December. That's what I assume. Because I mean, MJF lost, and then that week after Dynamite, they did a complete reset on all the stories and stuff. Could be where they're going, but I would put money on all in.
I keep your damn money to yourself.
I feel like they want that title. They want that yes chant in Texas, which hopefully I'm going to. Hopefully, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try my hardest to go there. I want to see. I want to go to All In so bad this year. It's in Texas too. I don't gotta get no passport or nothing. I want to go there.
Hey. To see this man. Oh man, to do this. Just to do this. That's all you wanted. To get the fuck up out of here, bro. You're done. You're done, bro. You're done.
I'm waiting and I'm ready. And I'm gonna
see. My God.
Well, the thing is, it's not that I want it. Like, I'm down for them as long as the story makes sense. Danielson can lose on a Dynamite. I wouldn't care. If the story makes sense, it makes sense. Mm-hmm. I'm going off of what I'm assuming TK, the creative, and possibly what the business side says. Because they go, hey man, Danielson's champion has upped profits by 10%. They go be like, hey bro, you gotta stay till that goes down. Like that, it could easily be that. So like,
I'm gonna say this.
I can take it or leave it. Is my point. I want it, but I mean I don't need it. I don't.
All right. So I'm not taking it. I'm a battle on this year. We're not doing it here. If anything, I'll say we'll do what you said at the end of December. If we're not gonna do December, I'll say at least farthest I'll deal with this nonsense till March. If we deal with this anything past March, boy.
I think if they got to March, they would definitely take it to All In. Because isn't All In like the first, was it not June, July-ish? So I feel like they would just push it to the.
That's 3 extra months. We don't need that. We don't need an extra 90 days.
Actually, yeah. I don't know. Hey, like I said, I don't know. I don't work there. I'm just going off of the vibes. I'm going.
I don't work there.
I don't work. I would love to, but I don't work there.
So I'm asking you this then.
Yep.
Out of everything combined, what you think of the whole, all of it?
Dynamite for the 5-year anniversary?
Yeah, for the 5 years.
It was good. I enjoyed it. There was no match on there that I didn't like. There was really just that one Jericho segment where I just threw up because disgusting. And I'll be fair, I don't like the dentist. She didn't do bad. I wish she would be like this more consistent, but she didn't do bad. And I got everything I wanted on the show. So I out of 5, I'd give it a 5 because I enjoyed every part of it.
I'm gonna give it a 4.
Yeah, that's fair. And honestly, that's fair.
It wasn't terrible. It was really good. Segments could have flown better. They definitely could have flown better, but it was really good. On top of, we got our deal, and we're going to be going to HBO Max. The streets are saying, January. Which I'm excited for.
2025, I think, is when they.
Yep, I'm excited for. But I really want to know what we're gonna do with this pay-per-view because I really think it's horseshit that we get everything on HBO Max and we can't get the pay-per-view.
Yeah, from what I understand, I think there was a quote from Tony saying that once you cannibalize your pay-per-view model, you can't go back, and which is fair because the Peacock shit, my favorite thing. That is so like I literally pay for Peacock every month just for the pay-per-view stuff and the fact that I can go watch old stuff whenever I feel like it.
Yeah.
I love that, right? But I bet you if you went into that office and said, "Hey, WWE, would you want to go back to $50 pay-per-views a month?" They would jump on it. But they can't because if you do that, those price you're going down again.
The viewers go down.
They can't go back, and it's not a bad thing because like, they're still making money, right? They still got the deal. They're still gonna get subscription and whatever, and they're still
maybe if they made pay-per-views cheaper because in order for you to charge 50.
But you think they're gonna go lower than 50 for like WrestleManias? Like they're gonna want
like the big four. This is how you counter that. The big four pay-per-views, you charge them 50, 60. Those are the big Jones. The other ones, I'm not gonna sit here and be a cheap ass. Say, oh, charge $10. No, like at least charge like 25, 30. Yeah, 40 the max.
I just don't.
The max.
But the thing is, they can't do that, right? Because they're not willing to take that risk to do it.
Fuck no, so, you already made that jump. You can't go back.
Yeah, so I understand why TK doesn't want to do it. I would like to know that he's still open to do it though. Because right now they're still 5 years is pretty good. They got a bag, but they can still make like really good records for their pay-per-views. I can completely understand why you stay to the original model. But
people still pay for it though. But the issue is though, there's other ways we're not gonna talk about on the pod, but there's other ways that people watch this stuff that like no one takes into consideration because you can't get the real numbers. For all we know, it could be an extra 2.5 million people watching the shit.
Exactly, but like if they're making their money there, I agree with not stopping that train. But if the money does start to go down, look into it, broski. See what your price range is for it. I wouldn't hate it. And honestly, I would be a Max subscriber if that means I can get the pay-per-view.
I already pay for Max now, and I think I pay maybe like $12.
Yeah, see, like,
and the thing is, I only pay for Max because like there's at a time only certain apps has certain movies.
Right.
Like
right,
it's like that now to an extent, but like a couple years ago, like certain moves were on certain stuff. Like you just had, that's what it was. Yeah. So I got Max, and I still use it now. They upgraded, add sports with it, news, whatever, and they added more. I like Max. I wouldn't mind paying the extra, maybe like $2 if you're gonna give me the pay-per-view. But like I said earlier though, like I gotta see what this discount is because you gonna tell me that pay-per-view 60 and then the discount's only 55. I'm gonna be pissed.
Facts.
I'm gonna be pissed.
Facts. Because like, hold on a second, Big T. That's still way more than I'm willing to spend.
Yeah, like for all that, like crazy. I'm not gonna get myself caught up because you don't know who's watching. But
I'm just saying, you can't charge me $60 to watch Chris Jericho. Like you gotta either put them shits on the net on the HBO Max or lower them price. I'm not paying $60+ to see Chris Jericho, or don't book him on the show. I'm okay with that too.
When they had this man perform with his band, I was pissed.
Every year, it's gonna happen every year too until he leaves. But that was AEW Dynamite's 5th year anniversary. It was a great show. And honestly, you know how you get yourself through great shows? Sometimes you get a little fatigued, a little tired. You got to use code SHOOT2, the number 2 win on Glitch Energy. Whether you want it in pill form, you want it in powder form, you can get your energy to get in pillow form. I don't know if that helps you with the energy, but when it starts to wear off, you get a nice little sleep going, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this pod. I enjoyed talking it out with you. Meech, it's always been a pleasure talking AEW with you, even though you have bad opinions. So, guys.
Wow. Wow.
Guys,
crazy.
I want to thank you for watching, and we will see ya when we freaking see ya.
Yes, we will.